Okay, guys, this is my video. I have a couple of people that are in the video with me in the Zoom meeting because they've been waiting for me the whole time. So I'm so sorry. I looked forward to seeing you guys today. I couldn't do it because Zoom kept telling me that I was not the host, and I had to wait for the host to start the meeting. And then I was like, well, how's the host going to start the meeting if I am the host? You know, how does that work? So I have it fixed now, but that's not very helpful at 1 o'clock. So I'm going to take you through what we were supposed to do in the meeting. And then hopefully you can watch this video and follow along, and it'll be somewhat the same, but not probably. Okay, so today we were going to work on fanboy editing. And that was going to start by us going into our writer's notebook and making a new anchor charts about fanboys. Okay, I'll see some people are trying to get in still. So if you're with me and you want to get your journal, if you're watching the video, you can pause the video and get your journal and stuff to write with. Okay. Now, hopefully when I turn on my document camera, it's not going to shut down everything else. Let's see, cross your fingers. Okay, so here's my journal. And at the top of our journal, we're going to write fanboy rules. So while people are writing down fanboys rules, remember our fanboys are our coordinating conjunctions. They are little words that we use when we want to make compound sentences. A compound sentence is two sentences joined together with a conjunction in the middle. We call them fanboys because there are 7 coordinating conjunctions, and each one of those letters represents one of the words. So F is for for, A is for and, N is for nor, B is for but, O is for or, Y is for yet, and S is for so. So those are how we remember. We call them fanboys. So yesterday we were just kind of learning about the fanboys, what they do, how we can use each of them correctly by joining 2 sentences. Today we're going to talk about some rules we need to follow because you guys break these rules all the time, I've learned, in your personal narratives. Okay? First rule is fanboys belong in the middle of a compound sentence. So in other words, we should not start a sentence using a fanboy, and we should not end a sentence using a fanboy. They should be in the middle. So I'll give you a minute to finish writing down rule number 1. And there's only 2 rules, so we don't have to write much today. Rule number 2 is that sentences can only use one fanboys. Only one. So I cannot have more than one fanboys in my sentences. More than one is too many, and then we're just getting all cray-cray with our sentences. So I'm going to just show you a couple examples of sentences that break these rules. And then we're going to talk about how to fix them. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. You don't have to write these sentences down. You can if you want, or you can just watch me. So out of the few people in this Zoom meeting right now, could anyone tell me which rule this sentence breaks? I know some of you are still writing, so sorry. But this sentence, so yesterday my softball practice was canceled. What rule is being broken here, Kyler?
It's the first rule. So fanboys belong in the middle of a sentence, of a compound sentence. This is at the beginning.
Good. So he recognizes that I had a fanboy so at the beginning, and it's not allowed to go there, right? Is this even a compound sentence? No. For some reason, we threw so in the beginning. It doesn't belong there. And it doesn't even belong in the middle. It's not necessary. And I'm going to tell you, I do this a lot too when I write. I like to start sentences with so, because that's how I talk. When we write things for school, especially, and when we talk, it can be totally different, right? We have to like edit ourselves when we write work. We don't always want it to sound like we're talking. If you catch yourself, and I do this too, I'll catch myself saying so, and I'll type my sentence, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, Gina, why did you start that sentence with so? That's ridiculous, right? So then I would go back and I would delete the so, and I would just start my sentence with the next word that follows. And a lot of you guys did that in your personal narratives I saw. Like if you don't have to go back and edit your personal narrative for fanboys because we're moving on. And I'm not worried about it in those, but moving forward, we want to make sure and catch ourselves if we begin sentences with things like so. Let's look at another sentence that breaks some rules. This is a long one. You don't have to write this down, right? What I do want you to do is look at that sentence and try to figure out what fanboy rules are being broken, and also how can we fix it? Hi, Layla. I'm making a video right now, so you're in my video. If you don't want to be in my video, run away as fast as you can. But I also started class super, super late. Oh, she ran away. She's like, oh, I don't want to be in a video. Okay. All right. I see Kyler is all over this. Shanique, what do you think? Since Kyler did the last one. It says, yesterday I went to Target and got new shoes, and I went to Starbucks and got coffee. What's wrong with this? Why can't I do this?
You used 2 ands.
I actually used 3 ands. I went crazy with ands, right? Shanique, how come I can't use 3 ands?
It's the rule.
Yeah, it's a rule, right? I can only use 1. So how are we going to fix it? Well, I can keep an and, right? But when I get to the next and, then I run into a problem, okay? Something that people tend to do, especially in 4th grade, we sometimes use and instead of using periods. So instead of just ending our sentence and beginning a new sentence, we just think, oh, I'll just throw in an and there and keep my sentence going. And then you guys end up with this ginormous sentence that takes up the whole page because you keep saying and, and it's very exhausting. Okay? So we don't want to do that. So we're going to read it. And after that first and, we got to chill out. Okay? Yesterday, I went to Target and got new shoes. And no, I'm just going to put a period, right? Yesterday, I went to Target and got new shoes. Period. That's better. I went to Starbucks and got coffee. Okay, I could add a transition word in here. Maybe I'll say after I went to Starbucks and got coffee. After's not a fanboy, right? So I can start a sentence there with the word after. And that still links my two sentences together in a way. But I don't make a ginormous sentence using a bunch of ands. Now, there's more than one right way to fix this. That was just one way. I could have said, yesterday I went to Target to get new shoes, and after I went to Starbucks to get coffee. I could keep it one sentence. But when I replace this and with to get, then it's less and, right? And it sounds a lot better. Okay, third example, and this is the last example we're going to do, and then we're going to talk about your assignment, okay? So this third example is all right, there's my long sentence. Or I guess this is technically two sentences, right? I wanted to have pizza, but my friend wanted pasta, and she was being mean. So we decided to get nothing, and we both went home. What's wrong with this sentence? Tyler?
You used too many fanboys.
Too many fanboys. So let's find my fanboys, okay? Here's one.
You can't start a fanboy in the beginning of a sentence.
Okay, good. So we want to recognize where my sentences are. Like, here's a sentence. I wanted to have pizza, but my friend wanted pasta, period. Is that sentence okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sentence is fine, right? It's got one fanboy, it's got two sentences, and the fanboy's right in the middle, right? This next part, though, gets a little crazy, okay? Yeah, like Kyler said, we cannot start a sentence with the word and. So I'll get rid of it, and I'll just start it with she. She was being mean, so we decided to get nothing, and we both went home. Again, there's a so and an and. That's two fanboys in one sentence. And according to Ms. Hanko, you can't do that. So how are we going to fix that? She was being mean, so we decided to get nothing, and we both went home. Any ideas for how to fix that? Heatley, what do you think we could do? We have to get rid of this word or this word somehow. And there's more than one right way to do this, so don't be afraid. Now, if you're not sure how to do it, might I make a recommendation? A really easy way to fix this problem is to take a fanboy out and use a period instead. So Heatley, which one of these fanboys do you want to try that with? So or and? So, okay. So if we're like, I don't know how to fix this, we've got two, what am I going to do? Let's just take so away. Put a period here and see how it sounds now. She was being mean. We decided to get nothing and we both went home. Yeah, that totally fixed it, right? Okay. We could have taken out and done the same thing. She was being mean, so we decided to get nothing, period. We both went home. Either one of those would have worked to take away and replace with a period. Okay. Your assignment today in writing is to open up this fanboy editing assignment and go to the documents. And there is a paragraph written on this page. Not here. This is the directions and the reminder. This is where you put your name. That's why it says name. The paragraph is in the box below. And this paragraph is full of errors using fanboys. So I think there's like 8 to 10 in that area. I didn't count them. Mistakes. So you're going to go through and you're going to read this little short story and you're going to fix any fanboy mistakes. So for example, it starts with, so Peter and Paul were planning a trip to the water park. So I already know we can't start a sentence with so. So I'm just going to click there and delete that word. Peter and Paul were planning a trip to the water park, and Paul was making preparations with his mom, but he realized he needed a new bathing suit because his old suit didn't fit him anymore. Whew. I almost killed myself reading that because I couldn't breathe. And I couldn't breathe because there was too many fanboys and the sentence got too long. So how about we do some of this? Peter and Paul were planning a trip to the water park. And no. Period. Delete and. Paul was making preparations with his mom, but he realized he needed a new bathing suit. Period. Now, because is not a fanboy, but the problem with because is if I said because his old suit didn't fit him anymore, that would be a compound sentence with way too many sentences. So I'm going to get rid of that too. His old suit didn't fit him anymore. Paul told his mom, and she said that they had time to go to the mall and buy a new suit, but they needed to hurry because Peter was going to pick up Paul soon. Again, I had to slow down and take a breath because I almost died reading that sentence. Sentences should never kill anyone. They shouldn't. So don't write deadly sentences. Derek, I see you. Don't write deadly sentences, Derek. Paul told his mom, and she said they had time to go to the mall. Period. Oh, buy a new suit. Well, what if I change that but to a to? Paul told his mom, and she said they had time to go to the mall to buy a new suit. Period there. That makes more sense to me. Oh, we don't want to start a sentence with a but, though. So I'm going to delete but and just start it with they. They needed to hurry because Peter was going to pick up Paul soon. All right, I'm not going to give away the ending and what to do. But that kind of walks you through like some of the corrections that you should be making to make this sound a lot better, okay? So you're looking for my sneaky fanboy rule breakers, and you're going to go into that document and you're going to fix it so it's a lot prettier, okay? And I am going to stop making this video now.